look. All I'm saying is, I've never seen me and the Blair Witch in the same room together, and I've lived very close to Burkittsville, Maryland. If you know, you fucking know. All I'm saying, okay? This is your first time meeting me. My name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, and wannabe cryptid. Alright? My whole life goal before I die is, or at least maybe when I die, be put into cryptid status. So, all I'm saying is, I've never seen her and I in the same room together, and nobody really knows what she looks like. And just start going around letting everybody know. All right, you guys, if you're here for it, we're going to pull a card today. We're going to petition to Spirit. We're going to sing. We're going to ask them, will you be nice today, please? And we'll see what they say. They do what they want, okay? Spirit does what the fuck they want. Let's see what the fuck they're going to say today. Okay, guys? There are no timestamps. Whenever you find this, may it help, may it heal, may it guide. And thank you so much for letting me be your reader today. Thank you. All right. What's Spirit going to say today? Who motherfucking knows? Can you please be fucking nice? Because that'd be really, really fucking great. Ha! Interesting. Guys, we got this card last week. Uh-oh. We got the King of Cups again. Let's fucking talk about it. Ugh. Buddy. We know how you feel, bud. Okay? Alright, with that being said, guys, whenever cups show up here, they're going to talk about our emotions. Where the fuck are we emotionally? So it's called to be here and present in the moment. Usually when these court cards show up, the knights, the pages, the kings, the queens, they usually represent somebody coming on the scene, either to help or to hinder. For the most part, this is a pretty decent card, although it can dip into some unsavory energy. Okay, we'll get the fuck into it. But for the most part, this card's pretty embodied. It's pretty good. This is traditionally speaking, it doesn't have to be, but traditionally speaking, this is usually a dude on the scene, our age or older. This guy has been through it. We're usually at a more mature stage at this point. We're able to psychically tune in. We're trusting that place. Yes, a dude trusting his psychic senses. There's a handful of them. Okay, more are coming. Okay, maybe here we know this person. Maybe we don't. Maybe this is the energy we got to take on today. And if it's the energy we got to take on, this is about trusting ourselves and listening to our deep-seated, deep-rooted fucking feelings coming through. Are we doing that if we got the card again this week? Question mark, okay? Now, whenever cups show up, they're going to talk about relationships. They're going to talk about our intuition. They're going to talk about almost like a mirror point. And so, like, what's going on around me within the relationships? And is that kind of reflecting back in my life? You know, so if a lot of people are going through, like, healthy or unhealthy relationships, maybe I'm not in a relationship, but do I have a healthy or unhealthy relationship with myself? Okay, so some of these themes are already coming up, but mostly dealing with our feelings and emotions that are coming through. Are we ready to lean in and listen to what the fuck they're saying? Okay, now, I want to say here too that with the King of Cups, now maybe on the more negative end with the King of Cups, this can talk about some guy that's got maybe drinking, drug issues, maybe mental health issues here that we're not taking care of. Traditionally, whether good or bad, mama is number one here. Mama trauma, mama drama. Okay, and so maybe having to deal with those mother themes, or there's a root healing here that's needed around mama, okay, value, around safety and security, about feeling protected almost, okay, so there's some issues here coming up with this dude, possibly if it's dude, and so we might be dealing with some of those themes this week. Maybe if this is more on the positive end, this is a really embodied guy, again, that's super psychic, super turn the fuck in, like he understands his emotions when they're coming up, is able to face them and understand what the fuck they're saying. Holy what? This is somebody that is emotionally brave and is ready to dive in and take care of the thing. And if maybe we've got issues and problems in the past around drinking, drugs, mental health issues, but at this point we should be aware of that, taking care of it, in remission, in recovery. You know, we're doing the good stuff and we're here in this present moment, especially emotionally. Also, having a family is really important usually to this figure. And so on the more embodied good sense, this person loves having children, protecting their children, protecting the women around them. It's very important. And the less embodied sense, loving, making the children, but not taking care of them. not protecting women actually being a menace or worse to them, okay? And especially this would be like mental manipulation, emotional manipulation. This person's not doing well. And again, maybe the root core issue here is around mama healing, mama trauma, and then we might have some drinking, drugs, alcohol issues. Woo doggies, okay? Now, the signs we might be dealing with around this week with cups, we're going to be dealing with the water signs. So I'm looking at my Cancers, my Pisces, my Scorpios, okay? Remember, we just had a new moon in Scorpio. So the themes from that might still be playing out here around some of the figures that are around us, okay? Now, if I was looking for a yes or no this week, to me, again, on the positive end, this is a yes. And especially if we're ready and willing to tune into our intuition, tune into our feelings. Are we ready to actually acknowledge something that we've been feeling for a minute here, that we're more emotionally mature and ready to face? Are we fucking ready? If that's a yes, then titty shake to the bank, babe, and let your nips guide the fucking way. Okay? If not, if you're not ready to face, if you want to bury those emotions, if you'd rather be drinking about it than facing it, then that's a no, baby. That is a fuck no. And please, it's not just you that you're affecting now at this point. If it's showing up as the king spot, you're the number one problem. Okay? Ow. So we got to deal with that this week, either with another person or possibly with ourselves. Okay, if we were looking around love and relationships, this is more family and friendship. Maybe there's something going on here where we've got somebody, again, maybe on the more negative end, maybe they're drinking, doing drugs, maybe this is like an intervention, maybe this is getting somebody to a space that can actually support them, help them, maybe really, again, facing what the real issue is here at the core, and it's an emotional issue, and I 9 times out of 10, it goes back to mama. All right, let me know if I'm right or wrong. I love hearing that I'm right. Feel free to give me a little caw or a 10-4. Okay, I'll take either. Middle fingers for no, caw for yes. All right, let me know. I just feel like here with the King of Cups this week, this goes back to mama, core issues, and or there's a relationship here that might be setting off the extra drinking, the drug use, the not being able to face the emotions. But again, it feels like here that this figure is having a hard time facing those emotions, being honest, being real, maybe even being an emotional coward, okay, about some of this stuff. But again, 9 times out of 10, it's either going back to mama or this is about a relationship, why they are doing this. They're still choosing it, so there's that too. Maybe also too this week, we're dealing with the father figure, maybe in a more positive sense, that's ready to pass on the crown here. And so maybe we're looking at the different prospects, and maybe he's able to come at it from a more peaceful place at this point and choose the right person to pass the crown down to. And again, maybe here we're kind of gathering people together. It kind of feels like maybe people coming around him, asking him questions, talking about, like, not necessarily end of life, but like, we know we're getting up there. And so what are the stories you've always wanted to hear? What are and especially with the holidays coming up, okay? And so we might be dealing with some of that, but I feel like the holidays are going to be very, very, very drinking and drug heavy. So just no judge, nobody here's running for Jesus, but just be aware of that, and that people are going to be up in their feels and possibly having a difficult time here. Are we able and aware to speak on this, talk about it, have a good conversation, and make sure that this person's okay? Because man, on the rough end of this, it can get really fucking insane, okay? With the water signs and not dealing with their feelings, it can get really fucking ugly. And any of you dealing with an alcoholic situation or pill popping or drug situation, fucking no. And especially when the mental health is a part of that, because I mean, that's what's fueling this, okay? With the root core here around mama trauma, mama drama, and then possibly issues around relationships. Ooh, this is layered, okay? It's a lot this week. Maybe also too here, maybe around friendships. Again, somebody's hurting, they've got feelings, they're ready to talk about a relationship, they need help reflecting. Maybe they also need help understanding how the fuck they feel. So maybe we serve as the mirror this week, helping somebody, or somebody here, maybe even possibly a male, helping us to understand the other side, understand the full picture, putting up a mirror so that we can make sure that we're still in the right vein of thought, or that we're actually tuning into our emotions and feelings. Listen, all you can do this week around relationship is be real, be honest, and be truthful. That's always going to be the right thing to choose, always. No emotional cowardice. The partner's going to not take... No tolerance for emotional cowardice this week. Okay? Okay. Now in the more maybe positive sense, again, we're looking at passing down that crown, talking about feelings, sharing stories, talking about loving things. Like, this is actually gorgeous, and this is a great time to get those stories, get that connection. Now, if this is more around love, listen, somebody's got major fucking feelings here. major fucking feelings, but I don't know if it's all on the table yet. So maybe this, with cups, we gotta wait here for a minute, okay? It's not as fast moving as swords or fire. It's like the third fastest moving. It's just, there's only 4 suits, okay? So we're kind of lagging behind a little bit, but I think when the emotional catches up is when we're in sync with here and now. And so the problem with cups is they have a tendency to be sentimental, be stuck in the past. And so maybe there's something here about if we see this person, be here in the present now with your feelings now. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. How the fuck are you feeling now? What are the feelings now? Be present with them. And this is where all the healing, all the goodness, all the joy comes through. And I think also reconnection if we're looking for that too, okay? But somebody here has major fucking feelings, either you or the other person. Maybe we're not ready to say it yet. Maybe they're looking calm on the outside, but maybe they're shit roiling underneath, okay? So again, how the fuck do we tune in and say yes to the emotional stuff that's showing up so we don't push it away and then turn to like drinking, drugs, and then mental health issues start to show up? I got other things I got to do today. Mercury retrograde is the fuck enough, okay? Now, I would also say this week around love and relationships too, you're feeling chosen in some type of way, or maybe you're choosing someone else. This feels good though. This feels good. Now, if we're looking around career and work, some of you guys might be getting the opportunity to, be chosen this week, maybe for a higher up position. This might even be talking about some of y'all's partners, okay? So there's a feeling here with the water signs, and especially Cancer, since Jupiter's in Cancer. I'm wondering if the Cancer placements are getting good news around work this week. Maybe more money's coming in, a better healthcare package. We're moving on up to the next fucking level, okay? This feels fucking fantastic. So I just feel like with the King of Cups around work this week, it's really going to behoove you to ask, does this place support me emotionally? Do they give a fuck about my emotions? Are they listening to my problems when I bring them to them? Can I actually be here? And maybe also too, do they support me psychically tuning in or doing some kind of spiritual work? Extra points if you'd like to start your own spiritual based business, especially if you're a dude watching this. Titty shake to the bank too, baby. Okay, this is awesome. This is excellent. Highly recommended. Maybe also too, if you want to be a psychologist, therapist, counselor, really, really good for this type of work. Anything helping people to go with the emotions, go deeper, not be afraid to face oneself. All of this is fucking fantastic. Well fucking done. Okay. I think this week around career and work, it really helped you to tune in. What the fuck do I actually want to do? What new job or what new opportunity or what space am I ready to move into? Or maybe I'm also get to be a mentor in it. That feels kind of good too. Okay. All right. Now, if we're worried more about health and healing, guys, this week's going to talk about grief. This is going to talk about grief. This is also going to talk about the things we don't want to fucking talk about, okay? And so it just kind of feels like this week with the King of Cups, are you ready to speak about your emotions? Are you ready to deal with the emotional self? Are you ready to face yourself? Maybe for some of us, there's some father healing, father trauma, father drama happening for us, and I would take a gander to say that your father also had mama trauma. Jesus, can this fucking shitty carousel on fire ride please stop? Okay, especially if you have a son or you're trying to get pregnant and have a kid. Face this shit so we don't continue this bullshit. Face this shit so we don't continue this fucking bullshit. Also, too, some of you guys might be having a talk with your father this week, a talk with your baby's daddy this week. There's something here happening with the father and the father figures, and we need to have an emotional talk, or we need to have an emotional reconnect, maybe for some of us too, which will help in the health space, okay? Because if we're feeling heard and listened to, all of a sudden our health starts to feel better. Go fucking figure. Also, too, some of you guys might be getting a hold of a good doctor that actually takes into account your emotional feelings and what's going on here. And I'm wondering if some of you guys are dealing with some hormonal stuff going on. Okay, so I'm wondering if some of you guys are starting to get into like the perimenopause space, maybe menopause. We're dealing with health and hormones, PCOS, having children. This is a great indicator here that I think it's going to be possible holding 1 cup. I'm looking around the 1st of the month or the month of January. Start trying, baby, okay? But guys, for anything else this week, remember, we fucking got this. Face your feelings and let your intuition guide the way. We fucking got this.